Yes, we are live now, I guess. Let me quickly check. Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another QA live session. So we'll start the session in 2 minutes. We'll wait for 2 more minutes, let other people join, and then we'll start with our Q&A session. So those who have joined, can you guys quickly confirm? Am I audible properly? And let me share my screen as well in some time. Please give me a quick information in the chat. Yes, perfect. Yeah, thank you, Shubham, for the confirmation. Hi, Prakash. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. Hi, Saran. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Perfect. So yeah, so guys, this is another Q&A live session where if you have any questions related to test automation or anything that you want to discuss, feel free to ask in the chat section. I'll pick the question one by one and we'll start discussion. Good evening, Sarang. Hi, Praveen. Hi, Shant. Hi, Rishikesh. Good to see you, Sarang. Hi, Tukaram. Ishwar. Okay, so let me pick some questions one by one and we'll see the further questions. So I will be live till 9:45. So you can post your question. I will take question one by one. Okay, so let's start with the first question from Azhagiri Manikan. Okay, yeah, so before we start the session, there's one important announcement. So we are having another RTP, which is RTP 5.0, which is the Rave Test Party, another QA meetup. We will be having this meetup in Hyderabad, 6th of May. So if you are from Hyderabad or if you are located in Hyderabad, please join us. So me, Naveen, and Sanjay will be joining. So looking forward. So I will be giving you the link in the description after the session. You can register, and I will see you in Hyderabad. Okay, so let's start with the question: how to become automation architect? Yeah. So first of all, it will not be justified if I just show you the automation architect within few minutes. So maybe I will record a dedicated video that if you want to become automation architect, then what are the different skills that you should have. So automation architect also have a different, I will say, categories. So functional test automation expert and non-function, and we also have the full automation architect, which is master in both functional and non-functional. So when it comes to in functional, so if you want to become functional test architect, then you have to focus on four different areas. One will be your web automation category, one will be your API automation category, third will be mobile automation, and if you also want to see, we also have a new category, not new, but one of the category called BPA, which in that you have to also learn about RPA. So once you cover this stack, then you can call this, the functional part completely. Then you can start applying for automation architect role. For each category, there are multiple tools involved. I would recommend pick at least one tool from each category. Once you're comfortable with one stack, try to have the similar stack for another programming language. For example, if you pick Selenium from API REST Assured from mobile Appium, then one tool stack from the different programming language. One another programming language, let's say JavaScript, Cypress or Playwright, and now Cypress Playwright both supports API automation as well. You can use Appium again even if you're using JavaScript. Once you are done with this category, then you can focus on the non-functional as well. So that's a good question. So I will try to make a dedicated video. Not only about the tool side you have to focus, you have to also focus on the infra side, that how you can set up the complete test lab, whether it's on premise or on cloud. Again, this infrastructure is one part. You also have to understand how you can enable the complete pipeline process. So how you can set up the pipeline from the scratch, not the complete CI/CD pipeline, but your test pipeline. You should be able to handle it. Apart from this framework, you should also have clear understanding how to build a concrete framework which multiple teams can use. So like this, you have multiple things that you need to cover. So I will note it down. I will try to make a video on this. So Azagri, did you get some idea now? Venki Patil, any master degree or is master degree matters for automation testing? No. See, we don't have any specific degree for degree for automation. Like you can go for the certification, but officially we don't have any certification for Selenium. So masters will help you if you want to showcase in your resume. Okay, but when it comes to the job part, not that important. But if you have a wish list, if you have a goal that you want to do the master then PhD, you can go ahead. But not that important. This is my perspective. But first of all, understand why do you need to do master. Okay, is it because of the job change? Is it because of the promotion? Is it because of you want to do it? I've seen many people do MBA also, right? After a few years they also do MTech from different fields. So totally depends. If you want to do master from US or from different countries, that is also a different part. So I need more information about your question, then I would be able to answer it more clearly. But yes, from my side, if you ask me, not that important for the job, but if you have a bigger plan, then definitely yes. Hi Moni, hi BK Pandey, hi Gudupati, good evening Paresh. Okay, Praveen says I am 12 years experience QA leading team now. Good, Praveen. I'm same year pass out as you. So what should be my learning path now? So Praveen, I just answered the same thing. You can actually plan for automation architect, and even if you want to do, you know, for the same thing for DevOps, because after a point, automation will be limited, right? Because the tools will keep changing. So in that case, you can also plan for DevOps because DevOps is also infra automation, right? Not only infra automation, there are multiple activities involved. So this is what I'm doing. I'm learning DevOps from last 2.5 years. I did a couple of projects. So I'm also transiting slowly from automation to DevOps. So I have done my complete tech stack from the functional side, and I'm focusing more into the DevOps as well. Because you will also notice after a point, only the tools is changing, but the rest of the concept is same. So you can also plan the same. Ashish, yeah. Hi Ashish. What is the current and futuristic market of Appium? So Ashish, again, Appium is one of the market leaders for mobile automation. Recently, Appium have announced a lot of new updates. So when it comes to the market, it's the only leader. So definitely go ahead. Now tests are quite stable. Appium tools is also stable, supports both. So go for it. Very rare skill. Not everybody have the mobile automation in their framework, or sorry, in their resume. But if you are able to do that, you will have upper hand. So please go ahead. So you will get upper hand if you have worked on Selenium earlier because most of the things you will be using. Only things, few things you need to learn differently in Appium, like how to interact with the mobile advanced gestures, how to set up the devices locally and on the cloud as well. But rest of the thing will remain same. So good option. Please go ahead. Hi Deepak. Sachin says, hi, make some real-time project on Selenium automation and interview sessions. Yeah, Sachin, so I'm on leave for 1 week. I will resume everything from next Wednesday. So when it comes to real-time project on Selenium, I would prefer if you say framework with some real-time application. So I already have a series how to build a framework. So what we will do now, we will build again a framework because a lot of things have changed from last 3 years. Because the last series which I posted was in 19 or 18, I guess. So we'll try to build a framework again. We'll try to automate multiple applications, different use cases. And yeah, interview sessions basically interview question series, yes, I'm planning. But if somebody is interested giving mock interviews, and if you guys are okay to publish on YouTube, please connect with me. I can take mock sessions, and that will definitely help others as well. Good suggestion, Sajin. Thank you so much. Siddharth says, how to restart my career in testing. I have a gap of 1 year left my MNC job due to family reason. What should I do? See, Siddharth, again, depends how much experience you have. So 1 year, 2 years, even 3 years is not that, I will say, too much gap. You can easily restart. This is not only because of family. Let's say somebody tried business or somebody tried a different thing, it didn't work out. So definitely this gap is accepted only if you are updated with the market. So whatever skill set you have, please work on that. What I would prefer, let's say you have, let's say 5 years, 8 years, or 10 years, whatever the number, go to LinkedIn, search for the particular job, and try to find within your range. Okay, let's say 5 to 7. I'm assuming. Otherwise, you can change the numbers. See what kind of skill set is expected at this point of time. Okay, so try to see whether this matching is as per your skill set or not. If not, then work on the skill set and start applying. Be ready with the justification that why you took 1 year gap, because even if it's a family issues, it's okay, but you have to justify that you were not sitting idly for 1 year. You were doing freelancing, teaching parallelly. So teaching is really a great way to showcase your gap, because you are in constant touch with the technology, you're teaching others, right? So don't worry, nothing has changed in last 1 year, so you can easily restart your career. Definitely couple of companies will not accept it, that's perfectly fine, but there are tons of companies who are willing to accept even a gap of 3 years. Richa Banani, hi Mukesh, please tell us good tech skill required for 5 years experience tested. So Richa, so whatever tool stack I mentioned, okay, so the tool stack is same for all. Only thing is the depth you need to see. So if you ask me that I have 2 years experience, I have 5 plus, I have 8 plus 10 years, then this stack will remain same. Only thing is depends how much experience you have in automation. So when you say 5 years into automation or testing, let's say 3 years into manual, 2 years into automation, or 2 years into manual, or 3 years into automation, or it's a mix and match. So web and API is must nowadays. So even if you have 5 plus, please cover web and API as well. Okay, mobile automation and PPRPA I will keep if you have 7 plus or 9 plus, but web and API is must. Any emerging technology for AI automation to career growth? Tukaram, not too much into AI ML, but I need to check this part. Thanks, Mukesh. That will help us more. Yeah. Thank you, Azagiri. See, this question is getting repeated again. Same thing by Prakash. I have 6 years experience in testing. I want to upgrade my skill in automation. Same web, mobile, API, and once you complete this, then definitely go for on functional as well. Now, Preet, if someone uses Maven, POM, TestNG, test cases, Log4j, extend report, Jenkins, GitHub for repository, then which it's a hybrid framework with TDD approach. See, if you're using BDD approach, then you can use the same framework with BDD. Right now, whatever thing you're using, if you're not using Cucumber or JBehave, it's a hybrid framework with TDD. So with BDD, you have to use a Cucumber or JBehave. So it's complete shift. In TDD, we focus more on the testing part. In BDD, we focus more on the behavior side. So terminologies will change in BDD. There you will use feature files, scenario outline, Gherkin's keywords you will be using in a feature file. But when you go with TDD, you don't have this. You just have the test cases which you will automate and complete. So it's a complete approach. And BDD will not only be implemented by you, it has to be implemented by the complete org, right? Same thing will be used by dev also, you also, and the rest of the team. So the complete org have to align with BTD. Is this clear now, Preet? When you're going to start automation classes, is it paid one or free one? So free one, I keep making videos, I keep posting. And if you say the online classes, I started one batch on 6th of March. So almost 20 classes I have completed. Next batch might start April, May, June. So rest assured, batch is already in the pipeline. So I will keep posting. Appium is good for future. Yes, Venkuta, Appium is definitely is one of the stack that you need to cover for mobile automation. The only tool which I recommend for mobile automation. Please go ahead. Thanks, Praveen. Market for WDIO. See, Rishabh, again, you have to understand the programming part as well. See, if you ask me, the market captured by JavaScript is still 20 to 30%. In this 20 to 30%, Cypress, Playwright, WebDriver, IO, Nightwatch, all the JavaScript related tool will fall. If you ask me, the Java still 70% market is captured. So depends on your goal. If you're planning for a switch, stick to Java Selenium. But if you have knowledge of Cypress, Playwright, and WebDriver, it's a definitely added advantage. Now, if you ask me the market weightage for Cypress, Playwright, WebDriver, IO, it's still very less. Market is more inclined towards Cypress and Playwright, but no doubt WebDriver IO is awesome. It has multiple services, multiple protocol it supports. It supports mobile, API, web, even desktop automation using libraries. Definitely worth giving a try. But if you see, market is very less captured by WebDriver IO, but no doubt very powerful. Preeti says current market for Python automation, which is better for job change. See, if you ask me for automation perspective, if you ask me top three languages, I would have said Java, Python, JavaScript back in 2 3 years, but now Java, JavaScript, and Python. Python I will keep at last. So few companies those who are extensively working on the Python side, then definitely you will be getting few calls. But if you see the market is still on Java side. But again, as I mentioned, right, programming is just a syntax change and few feature differences. So if you understand one programming language, you can easily jump to another programming language within few days or few weeks. But for a job change, you go with Java. Nathan says, "Hi sir, when you're going to start a new Python with Selenium?" Nathan, not sure. A lot of things are in the pipeline. So Python, I'm keeping it low priority at this moment. But let's see if I can parallelly record 2 3 videos in a week. I can resume that series. I have 56 videos on Python, 28 core on Python basics and programming. Remaining questions is in Python with Selenium. So that series I published in 2020, I guess. So 3 years, many things have changed. I have to re-edit those videos or I have to create the fresh one. We'll see. How about UFT automation? Rakshita, how should I say this? See, UFT, QTP, still market is there. Those companies are still using UFT and QTP. Okay, they have a huge test suite. Obviously, they need automation guys to maintain or to even write more. But now market is moving towards the open source. So when it comes to UFT, this is a one skill. If you're already working, it's good to have. But parallelly, you have to focus on the open source as well. So it will be like if you know UFT, it will be added advantage. But Selenium side, you have to focus more because see, you will not be writing too much code in UFT, right? So many things are pre-built. and inbuilt available. You will not be able to customize much, not even from the framework side. But in Selenium, you can tweak, you can change anything, and you can come up with your own libraries. How to tackle 3 months notice period? Yeah, Vishek, this is one common question we have taken multiple times. See, there's no official anything we can do with the notice period, but there's so many companies those who accept 3 months notice period. Only thing is you have to be very aggressive in terms of the company selection in future perspective, that you will not be able. Right now it's okay, but in the future you will not join any company who has more than 2 months of notice period. So try to focus 1 and 2 months notice companies at this moment. Work on the skill set and start applying. Be very vocal in the uh, interviews that this is my official 3 months notice period, I cannot join before this. But there's no official solution for this. So this ACO of automation is good for career. Added advantage, but focus more on the open source. Most welcome, Siddharth. How AI will eat automation jobs? So definitely it is reducing. It not complete AI will eat the jobs, but the person with AI knowledge or with these tools will eat the automation jobs. So you have to understand the latest tools and technologies and the new things are coming in the market. Try to adopt as soon as possible. Like a good example, ChatGPT. So if you understand how ChatGPT works, you can use for productivity purpose. It will not replace completely, right? See, if you ask me how much code we write in a day, I will say 20%, 30%, but still we need that 70% skill set to communicate with the team, to the client, to the stakeholders, to the manager. You need social people to connect, right? So that 20-30% is not playing a very big role. You can optimize this with the help of AI, but not completely, right? So don't think much, but yeah, adopt these things as per the market, which will help you to become better person. Just like we use all this automation to improve our lifestyle, to reduce the effort. Same thing like AI is doing it, but it will not impact much. Don't think about it will reduce the human force drastically. Yes, it will reduce up to certain extent, but social skills cannot be done by AI. So Paresh, I need more clarity on this question. Future of karate for API automation. See, karate framework is good. It supports multiple things, right? But market captured is less. No doubt, good tool by Peter. So when you see the future for karate, just go through a couple of job description and see. So Rushi, I guess you joined little late. We discussed about this in the first half of the Q&A session. So I would recommend after this you can watch the video once. You will get to know we discussed a couple of things. And this question is coming repeatedly, so I will make a dedicated video on this and will publish. Okay, so we have Sanjay with us. Thank you so much, Sanjay, for joining. Most welcome, Tukaram. Ishwar says I'm okay. Recession and started in Indian IT companies because no calls getting from Naukri. So yes, Ishwar, I totally agree. If I'm not wrong, today I also heard 19,000 employee got fired from Accenture, and a few days back 10,000 again from a different company. So it was too much like in November, December. Then somehow it got stopped now again because the companies are doing their year end. They have the few plans for the next 2024. So again, we are expecting more. So this is the high time to work on a skill set and see whether you're up to the market or not. See, right now market is low, so obviously you are not getting call from Naukri because companies don't hire in this period, in the March period because of the year end. But yes, you can expect few calls from April onwards, not too much, but yes, many companies have still requirement, they need resources, so you will get calls. But don't depend only on the Naukri. I would recommend if you can be active on the LinkedIn, because a lot of companies nowadays they're doing filtering from LinkedIn profiles. Maintain a GitHub repositories. You can also use Indeed. That's a great platform where you can start apply not only in India. If you're looking for remote jobs or outside India, worth giving a try. Can we do API automation in Selenium without using BDD and rest assured? See now, Preet, you need to understand Selenium is only for web automation, right? Anything goes beyond the browser, you need to use third-party library. Now you can use Apache HTTP client, that's a core library to do API automation, or you have to use rest assured for this. Rest assured you can implement without BDD with BDD. So as I mentioned in the last question, that's a complete shift that you will be doing. So if your company is targeting BDD, please implement rest assured with BDD. See, rest assured itself follow the BDD pattern. So given, then you can make a API call, then you can put assertion. So if you use rest assured, you will find given, then end also. So it actually is following the BDD pattern, but also you can integrate rest assured with Cucumber directly. So Selenium for web, rest assured for API, Appium for mobile. Nabha says, I just want to start a career in automation, but I don't have any experience and computer degree. How could I begin and get success in automation? Okay, so Nabha, that's a tricky question. See, many companies, let's see, even if you learn automation, the next step would be you will be applying. Many companies have this filter criteria. At least I'm talking about India. I'm not sure in which country you are. So if you're into different countries, see what kind of skill set they're asking. Plus, are they asking any degree or not? If I'm not wrong, in US they don't focus much on the degree; they focus on the skill set. But here in India, you should be BE or BTech. You should be above 60, above 70%. You should not be having this much of gap. So they have some kind of mentioned in their job description. So learning is different part. Okay, even if you take a course, 3 months, 6 month course, you completed everything. But if you're not able to get into the job, it will be a big risk, right? Because you will be spending a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy for the next 3 6 months. So take one step first, see how your job market is in your country, then start implementing learning. See, get success in automation is like basically you need to do more hands-on, more practice, right? So let's say if you're automating 10 applications, you will have more exposure to the automation. So that's how I would recommend. If you can give me some more detail, right, then I can help you in a better way. Can you please start a session on Tosca? Will it be beneficial? Shoaib, Tosca is actually a very highly costly tool. I don't have any, I will say, paid plans. I can give a shot with the trial version. I worked on Tosca in SAP for a few months. Great tool, no doubt about it. But only thing is the licensing part. Vikas, as a tester, do we need to know about JavaScript automation? First of all, Vikas, let me clarify. There's nothing called JavaScript automation. Okay, using JavaScript, you can do automation. You can build any application. You can also use JavaScript for DevOps activities. So, using JavaScript, you can automate web, API, mobile. For web, we have different tools. For API, different tools. For desktop, different tools. For mobile, different tools. So your question should be automation using JavaScript, Cypress, Playwright, WebDriver, IO, Nightfall. These are the libraries or tools that you will be using to automate. Thank you so much for your answer. Yes, okay. Thanks, Navpreet. Most welcome, Venkuta. Avilas says, is it possible to automate performance of desktop application? Any open source tool is available? I need to check this part. Do not have much expertise in performance. I did for two projects. That was for API and web again. For desktop application performance, need to check. I have a couple of friends who are having good experience. Just need to check whether they have that performance for desktop application or not. If yes, I will keep you guys posted in the community section. Is it a good time to change a job considering recession layoffs? Yes. So my personal take on this: if you are not too much into pressure, if you do not have too much of you know, I will say burden on you, you can still do a pause. Let market settle down. 3 months, 6 months. Let's see. Once market is stable, then you can start apply. At this moment, not many companies are hiring also, right? So even if you are planning, you will get into the frustration. Why many calls are not coming? So this is the general recommendation. When the market is not good, you can stay in the current job. Even if they are giving more work, more pressure, it's still okay. You still have a decent job. You have a decent income per month, which is coming. So instead of jumping immediately, use the time for skill set improvement, then plan after 3 months, 6 months. See, what I was reading, couple of news articles, nobody is predicting, but as per the market news, it is predicted that it might go till June 2024. I hope this is not true, but if that is the case, you should be ready mentally. Are you planning to start any automation classes? If yes, in Manik, I don't want to give false hope. I'm not planning up for any mobile automation batch, but there are a lot of good series available on YouTube freely. So one series by Pawan is more than 25 videos end to end. I also have a video, but that was in back 2016. It almost 7 years. Everything got changed. Few videos also available in Naveen Automation Labs channel. You can check. But I'm not going to start any new batch soon. Abhishek, any inputs on how ChatGPT will impact approach to automation, if at all? Yes, Abhishek, it will. It is actually making a good impact, not bad impact. So, if I make a video, I will show you the different features of ChatGPT. I'm not considering the false result which is coming. That's a downside of ChatGPT. It's still evolving, but you can use ChatGPT for productivity purpose. So obviously, ChatGPT cannot integrate with your framework. It cannot solve everything, right? Because in companies we have customized framework, multiple teams are using, we're doing communication. Obviously, that is all not possible. But when it comes to the productivity part, okay, whether it's a code improvement, uh, using a different libraries, uh, getting a snippet. Generally, every day we use Stack Overflow, Google for some queries. ChatGPT is little more accurate in that side. Apart from this, it can do customization, suggestions, code documentation, many other things. So coming with the videos on ChatGPT to like how it can help and how it can help in the productivity. Okay, so one technical question from Pallavi. On a product listing page, we have a product count, but I have 1,000 product, and on listing page is showing only 100. How can I check the product count is correct or not? Because count is always. See, Pallavi, there are two ways to handle it. One is generally we check the exact count. So let's say I have three product. So when I click on add to cart, add to cart, add to cart, if I did the three click, the count should be aggregated to three. So this should match with the number which is showing on the shopping cart. Another verification is the count or the I will say calculation 400, 300, 700. Okay, so it should be 1400. So you will be capturing this, store into a list, do the addition, and then see whether it's matching with the final number or not. See, this is always changing. So that's the reason we have to take this individually, store in a list, then compare with the final outcome. What other approaches, if you're not too much focused on the number side, then you have to verify it should not be null, it should not be negative, but the accurate verification would be number of items or the number of items price, add into a list, add, and then verify with the final card. Most welcome, Rakshita. Star Satish, how about Tosca tool? Is it high demand? See, Tosca is in demand, but high or low depends in which country. But here, if you see most of the job description, they mention good to have experience in Tosca. Few companies they explicitly mention that must have. That is very less, but good to have is little high. So if you have if your company is giving you the paid license, they have a licensing. Please explore. Not too much customization, not too much coding, but so many features that you can use. So good for your resume. But if you want to explore more from the open source, take open source tools and start automating. Ravi Kumar, please give us latest tools. See, Ravi Kumar, good thing with automation, tools are same. It's not changing too much. So if you would have asked me the same question 2011 or 2012, still we are doing the same tech stack, but now we have features enhancement. So Selenium 2 was there. Before that, Selenium RC, Selenium 2, then 3, now 4, 5 might come, right? Maven still same, Jenkins still same, GitHub. Now we have Selenium Git with Docker integration. Apache API is same, configuration file is same. So good part, not too much changes in the tools, but the feature improvement happened. So stick to the tools, understand their capabilities, and once you're complete with this stack, then go to the next tech stack. Java or Python, which one is better to start for automation? See, even if you do not have IT background, Python is very easy to get started, no doubt about it. Very less code, very easy to learn language, but the market size is less. So market is more on the Java side. So I would recommend if you do not have IT experience, you want to get into the IT, you want a good job, focus on this part, start applying. Python looks very easy to learn, but it's like you are learning something which does not have much scope or many, I will say, okay, so overall scope is less. I was looking for a good term, but fine. So Archana, I hope it's clear. Do not think which is easy, understand which is important. Sometimes easy things are not that important. Chetan says, which is the best tool for low code, no code automation? See, Chetan, there are multiple tools. You can start with Test Trigger. Test Trigger also have free and the paid. You can also see some of the low code. Catalan also falls in the no code. And Test Sigma also you can give a try. Multiple tools. So depends on your requirement. Start exploring, do a POC for each and then start implementing. Tips to learn Selenium. See, there's nothing called tips. You need to start from the basics. You need to understand one of the programming language first, then start learning Selenium. But before even jumping into automation, I would recommend if you have some basic idea of testing, what is testing, type of testing, levels of testing, how agile works, how scrum works. Okay, because until you don't understand the basic terms, smoke, serenity, regression, the first time that you will hear for automation is automation mainly used for regression testing. So if you don't understand what is regression, you will not be able to connect. So first get your testing concepts clear, then start up programming and then learn Selenium. Selenium takes hardly 20 hours to learn. If you ask me number of hours as a trainer perspective, 20 hours is enough to learn Selenium. But the only thing is the implementation part. How much time you give to implement, okay, how many frameworks you are creating, or using that framework, how many scripts you are creating, that will matter most. Hello Mukesh bhai, our video is still pending. Yes, Abhijit, this month was little hectic. Tomorrow I'm traveling to Delhi, Mathura, Vrindavan. I will be back on 5th of April. After that, we can connect for sure. After that, not too much involved in other activities. We'll definitely connect after this. Which one is better among Selenium WebDriver IO? See, WebDriver IO with JavaScript, Selenium with Java. So I would recommend Selenium WebDriver with Java. I'm fully into normal manual testing in Office. See, that's it. There's nothing called normal manual testing. You can say I'm doing manual testing in Office, not able to concentrate on Selenium. See, Devya, first of all, you have to, when you say concentrate, what does it mean? Is it like you are not having enough time to learn, or maybe you're not getting enough motivation to learn, or maybe you need a push? So, need not able to concentrate means either two things. If you're not able to manage the time, then first get into the routine, make a habit of learning every single day. I've seen many people, they thought they will learn Selenium, but also almost 2 years, 3 years, they're still learning. That's not how you have to plan. So break down into a goal. Let's say if you are planning to learn Selenium, be very rigid with your timeline that I need to learn Selenium in 3 months, and break down that into smaller goals. That 2 weeks for Java, or 3 weeks for Java, or maybe 1 month for Java, then 3 weeks for Selenium, 1 week for TestNG, 1 week for Git GitHub, 1 week for Jenkins. Like this, you have to plan. Let's say you started with Java. Again, you have to plan. So let's say you targeted 4 weeks. So in 1 week, I will cover this. Second week, I will cover this. Third week, I will cover this. And then you plan your day accordingly. That's how you have to get disciplined. Back and go back to the routine and make it as a daily habit. If you are not that focused or disciplined, then maybe you can enroll for a training where you will get a constant push that you have to join the training, attend the classes, finish the assignment. So many people, they do not have too much, I will say, push from the internal. So that's how we give a push that this is how you have to learn. I hope this will help you. Most welcome. Make sure. When will be the next RTP planned in Bangalore? Abhijit, we did recently, last week. So we posted everywhere, LinkedIn, YouTube. So somehow you missed it. But me, Naveen, and Sanjar in Bangalore, we can have another mini RTP because we had a discussion with Mulya and they told we can use, we can host an event whenever we want. So special thanks to Pradeep, CEO of Mulya, for such a nice gesture. We'll try to come up with more RTP, mini RTP in Bangalore very frequently. Most welcome, Navpreet. What kind of test cases are going to automate in hybrid? See, Ramya, what kind of test cases? It means categories. You will be automating all the test cases. First of all, um, see, this comes in the planning phase. Let's say you have 100 test cases. You will not be automating all the 100 test cases, right? Immediately, you have to prioritize. First, you will automate which is stable. See, a few features which is not stable, you will not be automating because you will be spending a lot of time on the maintenance. So you have to categorize which features are stable. Try to automate the stable feature first. Then see the priority wise. This is a high priority task or the test we have to automate, and then you have to continue. So your test can be web, API, mobile, anything. Follow this and start automating. Now TDD and BDD, that's a different part. If your organization is following BDD, you have to use BDD, no other option. But if your organization is not using BDD, the default option is TDD. Is XLQ a feature of automation? Again, it's one of the tool for no code, low code, right? So your answer question should be future of no code, low code. Excel IQ is one of the tool which does the same. How to automate Okta using Playwright. Krupan, I need to resume a Playwright series. This is one of the topic which I have planned. It's very technical. We'll see in the series. Okay, so we have a new member, Doda. So hi Doda, thank you so much for becoming a member. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Spent 16 years in IT. Hi Abhishek. First of all, you're one of the experienced guy in the today's live chat. Selenium rest assured with Java, but stopped deep dive 3-4 years back due to managerial responsibilities. Now I want to dive back, but feel like I forgot a lot. Yes, Abhishek, I totally can relate. See, it's not only you. Anybody who do not see any code for 3 months, they can forget easily. So you will never forget the concept. It's all about the syntax part. So what I would recommend, if you already have the code snippet with you, start going through it. Again, go back to the basics. First, revise your Java part. Then this complete Selenium test ng, Maven, get GitHub commands, Jenkins, Jenkins CI tool, then Docker for Selenium grid. Then rest assured all the libraries that you must have used, the framework that you have created. If you do not have time, get enrolled for a training. That will be little fast learning for you because you have 16 plus experience, so time is most important for you. If you do it everything from your side, it might take couple of months, but if you go through a very sequenced training, you can actually save a couple of months for you. I would recommend, since you have already covered everything, right, you can also plan for DevOps. That could be a good option because this is what I am doing right now. But if you want to stay in automation, go back to the basic, just revise the concepts, just see the syntaxes. There's so many enhancement that happened which in 3-4 years, since you mentioned 3-4 years you did not do so. A lot of changes happened in the Selenium library, a lot of changes in the grid architecture. The complete protocol has changed from 3 to 4. So you forget the syntax, not the concepts. Don't worry, you will be in the track within few months. But be very specific that I want to cover in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Once you put the deadline or some timeline, then your planning will change accordingly. BK Pandey, what is the highest paying job, C Sharp or Java? See, BK Pandey, again, these are programming languages, okay? So you can do the automation using C Sharp, JavaScript, Java. So salary wise, it will not change drastically that I will pay 2x for the C Sharp guy or 3x to the JavaScript guy. No, there's a band for this particular role, and the tool stack will change. So not too much difference into Java or C Sharp. I hope you got my question answer. Sorry. Gaurav, yes, this is a live session. Feel free to ask any questions. Okay, so we have almost 30-40 questions on the list. I'm not sure whether I can cover all, uh, but let me see if I can answer a few more. When we are planning to start API automation session, most probably in April. I will keep you posted about the timing and whether it's a weekday batch, weekend batch. I will keep posting, but in April for sure. When the layoff will end, nobody knows the exact date, year, month, but at least for the next few months and year. So be ready. Rest assured classes, Donna, in April. When the recession going to end, just shared my view. Thank you so much, Avila. Rishi says, can we automate Captcha either in Selenium Appium or using any third-party library? See, there are Captcha 2 and Captcha 3, reCaptcha 2, reCaptcha 3. So I did basic captcha using Tesseract OCR library. I have a video on this on my channel. If you just search how to automate captcha in Selenium, you will get my video. I have explained how it works. So there are a couple of third-party libraries which will take $2 or $3, depends how many APIs you are making. So accuracy is 90%. There's something called DBC. It's death by captcha. You can take the subscription. You will get a API key. You can make a call. It will try to resolve the captcha up to 90% accuracy, and it will be bypassed, and you can continue. Again, you need to use this third-party library. It's a paid one. So give it a try and let me know if you face an issue. I did for a couple of POCs, but many companies they don't even entertain this kind of library. So when you have captcha or reCAPTCHA, you can disable for the test environment. You can continue with the testing, and you can re-enable them in the production. Yes, I will try with this. Thanks a lot. Most welcome, Pallavi. Babu, can you give some code coverage tools can be used for automation? So, Babu, you can use a Jacoco, which is Java code coverage. You can integrate with the existing framework. It will automatically do the code coverage for you, and you will get the report. I have a video on this. Just search for code coverage using Jacoco by Mukesh. You will get my video. I have explained it. It's very easy to implement. It will give you the code coverage the moment you run your test. You can integrate this code coverage in your pipeline as well. See, nowadays it's a good practice to have a code coverage and the code analysis in your pipeline. So we have static code analysis, dynamic code analysis. You can use Sonar Cube as well, right? So nowadays market is going up to a certain extent where we need to implement everything in the pipeline, not just writing the code, writing proper code, proper code coverage. It uh, should not be having any leakage as well, right? So that's where you will be using SonarQube. See, it's always good to learn these tools and implement, even if the market is not expecting from you or your team is not expecting. But if you showcase that this is how you have implemented this, definitely it will work in the long run. Basic tips to master rest assured API testing. See, Dota, first of all, I would recommend before jumping into rest assured, get comfortable with the Postman. Okay, because before rest assured, I would recommend if you understand all the API basic concepts. What is first of all SOA architecture? What is REST API? What is SOAP API? In the rest, understand some basic terms that what is response code, okay, what is headers, what is cookies, what is path parameter, uh, form parameters, query parameters. Then jump into the status code 1xx, 2xx, 3xx, 4xx, 5xx. Then basic HTTP methods get, post, put, pass, delete that get into the authentication and authorization. Again, in authentication, we have header based authentication, cookies based authentication, right? In authorization, we have authorize OAuth 1.0, OAuth 2.0. Now come to the parsing part, how you can parse the JSON response, XML response, how you can build your own payload using JSON path, how you can traverse using JSON path. And then once you're comfortable, then you will focus on the framework building part, where you will be using Lambok, you will be using Pojos. So that will be the roadmap for the rest assured. So there's a very good series by Amod Mahajan. If I'm not wrong, he has more than 70 videos on rest assured. So search Amod Mahajan rest assured, 70 videos, more than enough. Recently, he started creating framework videos using rest assured as well. So must watch must watch YouTube playlist. But if you're looking for a paid course or the paid training, I'm coming with rest assured training soon in April. And thank you once again for becoming a member. Sorry. I'm learning Appium nowadays. Found Appium driver inherited from Selenium, but a lot of methods are not suggested in Eclipse when. See, when control space not working, then you can set something called content assist in Eclipse. So many times, not only with Appium, so sometimes even with basic Java methods, it will not give suggestion. Just use content assist. Go to Windows, search for content assist, and set any keyboard. So control space is default. You can set alt control space or maybe shift space. Sometimes this control space combination doesn't work. Pooja says, this time industry has Python demand, so should I change my? I'm not sure, Pooja, because I have a different perspective. Java, JavaScript, Python. Java, I would recommend for automation. JavaScript, I would also recommend for automation. Python, too much in demand for DevOps. JavaScript, also you can learn if you want to build a web app, mobile app, desktop app. Sorry. But for automation, Java, JavaScript, Python, I will keep third. C Sharp, I will keep on fourth, if you ask me fourth. Tony, hi Mukesh, could you please start Cucumber framework for API automation from the scratch? Yeah, Tony, this is again a pending list from my side. I will uh, probably I will start in May or June because April I have a different series plan. Gautam says, in interview, what we should say if they ask what are the challenges faced in automation. So Gautam, if I'm not wrong, I have a video on this. It just I don't remember the title because it's almost 600 videos on my YouTube channel. Just search for challenges in web automation by Mukesh. You will get a video. If not, I need to make a video on this because definitely you will face a lot of challenges. Only thing is you have to format in a proper way because in interviews you have to be very careful with your keywords. So general challenges which I can tell you right away, but you will get more detail in my videos. So the biggest challenge which we get in automation is the framework part. If you do not have a framework, then you will be spending a lot of time on the maintenance. Synchronization issues, okay, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work because of the synchronization. So if you don't have a proper weight implemented, scripts failure is too high. Third is the cross browser testing. Okay, many things works in the Chrome on Edge, but it's not working with Firefox. So sometimes we have to write a smart locators which works across all the browsers. Parallel execution is again a challenge with the report. When you start executing your test in parallel mode, the test failure will keep on, like test failure rate will be high. So you have to use again synchronization here with the threads so that you can get a proper report. Integration issues. So right now it's working fine when you're running locally, but the moment you start integrating with third-party library, few things fail. So you have to see the compatibilities, documentations. Sometimes you will also get challenges with the integration of APIs. Not every library comes with UI, so you have to integrate with the APIs. Sometimes Captcha issues a lot, right? So there, if I'm not wrong, 12 list I have mentioned here. Maybe you can check that video and let me know if you don't find that video. I can share the link with you. Exception handling is one of the issues. Okay, running on CI server is another issue because things works fine locally, but when you run on the VM or the Docker container, it start failing. But everything can be fixed. Dhanokar says web mobile automation is hard or not as compared to. See, it's not that hard. First of all, it's just you need to see the device part, whether you have a real device or emulators. With real device, obviously you cannot have all the possible combinations, right? So whether it's Android and iOS. So it's about once your application is deployed on that particular device. See, if you ask me automation is tough or not, then ideally yes. A lot of issues on the locator part, but rest everything is quite easy. Okay, so I planned for 45 minutes, but it's almost 1 hour. So I have to close this live session now because I have some other plans. What we can do now, remaining questions I can take in the next live sessions, or maybe I will go through the quick this live chat. I will try to make a video on this. Okay. Let me quickly check a few questions which I missed so that I will have some idea in mind. Most welcome, Rishi. The openings, it's low, but market will be back soon. Any scriptless automation tool which is good scope in future. See, Sunil, scriptless will come with a cost, or at least it will come up with some kind of uh, different things which will actually force you to go into the premium. So tag UI you can give a try, open source and low code as well. Catalan also have a paid. Test Trigger also have a free and paid. You can explore this one by one. Okay, this needs a dedicated video, Gaurav. I will work on it quickly. I would like to design a hybrid framework. Chandu, I have a series on this. Just type hybrid framework in Selenium by Mukesh. You will start. You will get the complete 9 video series. You will also get a GitHub repository, and you can start using it. If someone don't have a Mac machine, any online platform that you offers iOS based emulator for practicing, you can start using Lambda Test and Browser Stack. They both offer real devices simulators. So when you go with their trial version, 120 minutes if I'm not wrong for web, and 60 minutes for mobile real devices and emulators. So you can make a request, you can connect for automation even if you want to uh, do some live testing on iOS devices or Android devices, you can easily do it. Okay, Deep Ranjan, can you please suggest one thing? I forgot the tool name where was shouldn't have based to a complete script. Deeparam, complete page script, I'm not sure. But if you are looking for selectors hub, if you give the XPath, it will tell you whether it's valid or invalid. If it is invalid, why it is invalid. Okay, one session to understand. See, Dota, just type Mukesh Utwani rest assured 7 videos. You will get a lot of clarity on the rest assured first job. But the complete series I will come soon. Rest assured by Mukesh, 7 videos is enough to get started. Weber, thank you so much for informative video. Like the way you teach, I got so much knowledge from videos. I have one question: possible to automate pop-up sign in with Google? So Weber, thank you so much first of all for your comment. See, regarding this Google two-factor authentication, yes, you can do that. So the moment you click on it, it will open that pop-up, right? So it's a separate window. So using window handle, you can handle it, or you can use Google login APIs to bypass this. Okay, so few questions are still left, so I need to cover that in the next slide. So in case if I missed your question, so sorry for that, but I will give a try to cover in the next session. So thank you so much for joining, and soon I will see you in the next live session. So thank you so much for your love and support to my channel, and see you in the next live. Till then, bye bye, take care.